Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Nick Novak, and my response video will be about Abbigale Grensing's video. All right, moving to the first question. What did the student learn about creativity that they didn't know? But she mentioned creativity is more than the artistic eye. It's more about the development of life. It's more to it than just being artistic. And a great example was, as she mentioned, managing innovation video. How it described how many of these people in the past, their creativity led to innovation of new technologies and being ahead of their time. My next question, what did the student learn about their creative self? So I believe what she learned about her creative self was the subtle ways of creativity. More on the daily decision making, all the little things that lead to something bigger later on, whether in the semester or whether just during the job. A great example that she gave was when she was working at the Marriott, which gauged her interest in luxury hospitality. Next question, how does creativity apply to her field, career, job, industry, and why is it important? So from her understanding of the private jet chartering sector is that it's very competitive. And because it's very competitive, she needs to stay one step ahead of her peers, and one great example is her creativity in the business model altogether. And one thing she focuses on is customer service. People need to have something that sticks in their head when they're done with this business. And in order for it to be a returning client, in order to have a returning client, something has to be memorable, something for people to want to come back. And one great way that she decided to find a way to improve customer service is utilizing resources, luxury transportation, as well as luxury goods like complimentary food. So what creative skills will she need for her future career? So in the aviation industry, it's constantly changing. There's always room for innovation. There's always room for some other big conglomerate to get their foot in the door and make it very difficult for the smaller business models to make a name for themselves, be different according to the other compared to the other larger industries. Being adaptive, that's the biggest thing. Working with innovation and change. Great example would be why does the innovation matter video. Her example with this one is how it's crucial for survival and how the human race and small businesses very similar. They correlate in many ways. So how does that creative skill apply to her field of study, job, or career? So a great example of that would be different fuel types that she mentioned, offering fuel alternatives without lead, which is a prime example of adapting to a changing industry that's always looking for something new, the next big thing that will change the aviation industry altogether. This is her way of being innovative, being one step forward from her peers, and making a name for herself in a ever-changing community. So here's what I went over, from what did she learn about creativity to how does that skill apply to the field of study. This concludes my PowerPoint. Good luck, Abigail, with your conference.